There is a Christian song that says, "You will know them, or you will know we are Christians by our love." Well, today, the gospel provides us with another measurement to discern our relationship to Jesus. You will know them by their soil. We heard today in Mark's Gospel how Jesus, surrounded by a large crowd, began to teach them and he spoke to them about planting seeds, some growing and some dying, and the condition of the soil that some of the seed fell into. He described 4 different kinds of soils: hard path, rocky ground, thorns, and good soil. What motivated Jesus to tell this particular parable? Some speculated that he felt the need to encourage his disciples, some of whom were beginning to become discouraged because their preaching and teaching was not showing results. Jesus was reaching out to them and assuring them that the problem was not with them. He wanted them to know that all they had to do was plant the seed, and the growing was not their responsibility. That was God's responsibility. Jesus also wanted his disciples to know that even though seed had been planted, it couldn't grow because of the type of the soil that characterized the lives of some individuals. Their soil had become hard path, or rocky, or infiltrated with thorns. Some, seeking to interpret Jesus' motivation to this parable, seem to think that it was intended to address the issue of defections in the early church. Early Christians were harassed, persecuted. Many left the Christian community, and their defections were a source of discouragement to those with good soil, the faithful believers. Discouragement among faithful believers is as real today as it was that day Jesus was speaking to his disciples and telling this story about the seeds and the soils. In fact, the other day I was with a deacon who had participated in a parish forum, and he said many participants voiced their hurt with religion and their church right now. And driving home that night, he experienced deep anguish that so many faithful believers were filled with doubt. This parable is also directed to their hearing. We will never know the full mystery of the kingdom of God, except as God reveals it to us. And today, he reveals some of the mystery to us. In the reading from the letter to the Hebrews, we heard the Lord say that he has planted his law and love in our hearts and minds. And all the baptized have received these seeds. For those of us who seek to follow him, our goal is faithfulness in sowing seeds of charity, compassion, love, forgiveness, acceptance. All God asks of us is to plant seeds and leave the growing to him. And yes, pray for those whose soil is hard path, rocky, or embedded with thorns, that the seeds of law and love God has planted in all of our hearts will also take root and grow